One of the issues that was raised by Dr. Wanya the other time was that the electoral register was sacrosanct, and in the event that the PVC is not read, and in the event that the PVC machine reads the PVC, but the person's name is not in the voter register, that the person should be excluded.
Of course, when your name is not in the voter register, that means you did not register.
But this PVC can read the guy's card.
If it reads the guy's card, then there's an issue. So and I have to answer that probably why is it that that person's name and the card can read the person's documents in the card, but his name did not appear on the register.
So what does the PO do?
And I
in
doubt that particular
instance?
scenario from happening.
So what does the PO do in that instance?
Of course, that person, you have a problem already on their hand. That person cannot vote.
But according to the regulation,
because the major document of your voting, apart from the smart card reader, is the voters register.
According to 10A, it says in accordance with section 49, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act, a person intending to vote shall be verified to be the same person on the register of voters by use of the smart card reader in the manner prescribed in these regulations and guidelines. So the person really can still vote.
But where is your pillar for voting? Your voters registration. And once that particular pillar of your registration is faulty, you have no ground to vote.
So what if the person's card couldn't be read by the machine, but the person's name is on the register?
So he's in register, then he has a local standing because he's registered.
And he's
registered, then there may be a problem with the card reader.
And if the card reader is okay, but the name is not on the register?
If the card reader is correct and the name is not on the register, he is not registered.
What if the register is not there at the polling unit?
If the register is not there, then there will not be any voting because the register is the pillar for your voting.
Is that such a serious concern?
Of course it is. It is a serious concern because we took a lot of time for INEC itself and the electorate to go out and register. The key is that I register that I'm going to vote, and my name should come out as a registered voter. If my name does not come out, I have a query to ask why. Is it that my name does not appear?
All right, let's take a look at this other part concerning the electorate now. Because if accreditation and voting shall start and end by, it will start by 8 and end by 2.
By 2.
Are your supporters aware of this change, such that if you don't get there between 8 and 2, you're out?
Well, some are aware, majority must be informed. And that is the reason why we collaborate with INEC to do a kind of voter sensitization to educate the electorate that they must be at that polling station between 8 and at least maybe 1:59, 1 minute at least.
That's dangerous.
No, I'm not giving you the list you can. At least you must be there before 2. That is make sure you get there before the 2 o'clock sound. Bam, bam, according to the band in London. 2, you must be there. And once you are there, you are already on the queue. Then they can count those who are already on the queue. And that is a point in which we should know exactly these are the total people who want to go, so that we will not allow people who come late after 2.
Okay, so now
I don't know whether you get my point now.
Much as you've raised your concerns about this, but there are some advantages as well of us stopping voting by 2 p.m. What are they?
Well, the advantage there is that it allows time for INEC to complete the process because, there may be, the maximum is 750, right? And then the minimum is 500. So, and that's a large number of people. And you can't keep electorate on the queue for too long. So we must give that particular time lag of 2 so that other time cannot be used, so that we sure that at least they finish voting and counting between now and 5. So
but you've experienced elections. And
yes, I do.
Hardly have we had a situation whereby voting is concluded by 2.
No, voting cannot be concluded by 2. Because there are people on the queue. They cannot be concluded by 2. It may extend into 3, 4, or even 5.
As long as you're on the queue.
But as long as you're on the queue, you are already qualified.
No
additional person can come in. So that way, there's a timeline between 2, 5, 6, at least before it is so dark.
How is this going to impact on collation of results and announcement of results?
Once there is a clear-cut process that has been agreed by all the political parties and the agents, you have this particular kind of sense of confidence that your vote will be counted. And even the person who votes, the electorate that vote at that particular point in time, will know that we are sure that we were there and we saw it. We were 10 in number. and by the time we finish, A got this, B got this, and so they can even come out and defend the process. That way, it will give us room to continue to believe in our electoral system. But where there are doubts and all, you are the pressman, you go there and then you raise some of these issues, it will send a wrong signal. And those are the things that instigate people to go to election petition tribunal. But once there is a clear-cut election, everybody is confirming that election was clean and clear, then people will be satisfied with the process. And then we will go home to sleep that this election is not a war.
All right, we need to go to break.
Okay.
But not to worry. We'll come back and take a look at some of this, but perhaps the issues you need to raise and see what kind of confidence are people expected to get when we proceed in this one. Don't go away. Okay, welcome back. We've still got a couple of minutes more to go.
Yes, I wanted to ask what's your take on the readiness of the electorate? Chamberlain mentioned the electorate the other time. What do you think? How do you think we have fared better in terms of voter education this time around as opposed to previous elections?
No. There's more to be done, because I can tell you one thing: the electorate are now ready and they are just ready to go, but they need to be informed as regard to the processes. We are mentioning some of them, and that particular information is not to be left to INEC alone. It includes all the political parties, 91 political parties. But I know majority of the political parties have very limited source of funds to go about this particular voters' education. But it's something that must be done.
How about the IDPs and people living with disabilities?
Oh, definitely.
How well do you think we have fared in that department?
We have not done very well. Even in the electoral guideline, there are areas that concerns the IDPs. Do they even know exactly how their voting system will be like? There's a particular portion which talks about somebody, a physically impaired person, who, of course, definitely he cannot even know, we can't see which party is going to vote for. But he has a right to come along with somebody that he trusts. It must not be an electoral officer, and it must not be a party member. It must be somebody that he trusts that will help him in thumb printing. So they need to be informed, and then there are issues that were raised in case somebody who lost his own finger, what happened in that particular case? They are formed to be filled so that they need to be informed and educated at their processes that concern them.
So now you also talked about some political parties not having enough funds. On whom do we place that? I mean,
well, unfortunately, the issue has generated a lot of controversy. Many political parties are expected to generate funds within themselves. That has been very difficult, I must confess to you. The Nigerian electoral system has been heavily monetized. And how do they get this money? Those who are in government use treasury belonging to the states as against other political parties.
Can you prove that? Can you prove that?
Very clear. Very clear. You ask yourself when a political party was in power and then look at him when he's not in power, and then you want to see the difference.
Are you comforted by the new IG leading up to the elections?
I am so angered.
Angered how?
Because of the nature of the nepotism in the system. We're talking about a country that belongs to all of us. No matter whatever coloration you want to give it, the perceived motion on the ground on Nigeria is that this particular country belongs to certain section of a country. And it's totally unacceptable. It gives some of us, like I'm a Northerner, I come from Kano State. It gives us these particular feelings that people look at us as if we are trying to dominate them. It's not so. But by numerical number and all, if you have competent people who are serving in area, they can serve in every aspect of this country. You have best hands in every part of this country. For crying out loud, you can do things that you want to do by showcasing the unity of this country whenever you are in government. I was expecting, and I thought it was going to happen, that probably it was going to be somebody from the east or from the south. I have no problem with the person that is being appointed, but I had a problem with regard to the level of nepotism that is going on. It sends wrong signal, and it put a big question mark on the processes that we are going to have an election in 2019. And it's sudden and it's so pathetic. I think the president needs to look into this area, because this country we cannot afford to set this country on fire.
Well, Uncle, at the point, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, the presidential candidate of the NCP, thank you for coming on, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
And don't forget, you need to go out there and get your PVC. I have Gimba. Where's mine?
I have mine.
I'll bring it up.
I have mine.
We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain. What's up?
I'm Gimba Omar.
And I'm Ayo Makinde. Have a lovely day.
The views and opinions expressed by guests on this program are those of the maker and do not reflect the views, opinions, and endorsement of Channels Television.